God says, stop right here. Don't move. This moment isn't random, it's divine timing. The light around you is shifting as Archangel Michael steps closer, his presence brushing against your soul like a sudden current of truth. You can feel it. That trembling in your chest isn't fear, it's recognition. Something sacred has entered your space. Something powerful is about to be revealed. Michael stands tall beside you, radiant wings stretching wide, his sword glowing with the fire of heaven's justice. His eyes are fixed, not on you, but on what's been hiding behind you, the unseen force that's been draining your light, whispering doubt into your mind, and weaving confusion into your destiny. He says, this is the moment of unveiling. The one who masked themselves as a friend, a helper, or even a guide, their deception ends now. You felt it, haven't you? The weight that pressed down on your blessings, the strange fog that made your clear visions blur, the moments when everything seemed to slip away just before it was yours. That wasn't coincidence. That was interference. A dark energy that latched onto your faith, trying to convince you that God forgot about you. But he didn't. Michael never left your side. Every tear that hit your pillow was counted. Every sleepless night where you felt unseen was witnessed in heaven. God says, the delay was never denial. It was divine warfare. The miracles that seemed lost were only being guarded until this very moment, this sacred instant when you were strong enough to reclaim them. Michael raises his sword, and you can feel a pulse through your spirit, the breaking of invisible chains, the sound of spiritual locks snapping open. You may not hear it with your ears, but your soul does. The witch, the shadow, the deceiver, she's trembling now. She never expected you to come this far, to reach this vibration, to be called out by name in a message like this. She hid behind charm and false light, cloaking herself as peace while feeding off your confusion. She whispered into the ears of people around you, twisting their words, distorting how they saw you. But Michael saw it all. He says, you are not crazy. You were attacked because of your calling, not because of your weakness. For so long, you wondered why doors slammed shut after you prayed, why people turned cold after you shared your dreams, why energy drained out of you after certain conversations. Those were not coincidences, they were signs. The enemy had marked you, but heaven had already sealed you. Michael says, I have been fighting for what belongs to you, and I will not stop until you are restored. The air feels heavier now, doesn't it? That's because truth is cutting through the atmosphere. God is not only revealing what was done against you, but also returning everything that was stolen, multiplied, purified, and accelerated. The energy around you is rearranging. The storm that once surrounded you is turning into a wind that carries your name toward divine favor. Michael steps closer, his light almost blinding now. The mirror, he says softly, she cursed your reflection. That's why you've struggled to see your beauty, your power, your purpose. Every time you looked at yourself, you felt something off, not because you were broken, but because you were bewitched. She wanted you to forget who you were so you would never step into who you are becoming. But that curse breaks tonight. Heaven declares, you will see yourself clearly again. Your eyes will recognize the glory you carry. Your voice will sound like freedom again. Your dreams will return untainted, untouched by fear. Michael says, you were never abandoned, only hidden for protection. The silence wasn't punishment, it was preparation. The isolation wasn't rejection, it was insulation, a divine cocoon keeping you safe from premature exposure. Now the cocoon is cracking open. The light is spilling out. You're stepping into a timeline where everything that resisted you must now serve you. The same energies that opposed your rise will now witness your restoration. Michael's sword flashes, and in an instant, all contracts made in shadow, all words spoken in malice, all energies that bound your progress begin to dissolve. God whispers, you are being remembered. Not by people, but by heaven itself. The promises written over your life before your birth are reactivating. Every divine delay is turning into rapid manifestation. Your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. The path that was blocked is clearing as angels march ahead of you. Michael leans closer, his voice steady, calm, undeniable. Do not fear what is being revealed. You were never meant to carry shame for what was done to you in darkness. The light is exposing it so it can no longer follow you. You can feel warmth rising in your chest, that's divine energy, the holy fire, burning through residue left by betrayal, doubt, and delay. The witch is fading now. Her power unravels each time you choose faith instead of fear, truth instead of illusion. Michael smiles faintly, because he knows you're waking up. You're beginning to remember who you are, a child of the Almighty, a vessel of light, a carrier of power no darkness can counterfeit. And even now, as you read these words, heaven is shifting. Something ancient and holy has moved in your favor. Time is bending to align with your destiny. The sound of unseen wings surrounds you. Michael's sword lowers, but his gaze never leaves you. The war is turning. The spell is breaking. The silence is lifting. And yet, the silence is lifting. And yet, what you are feeling right now is not the end, but the awakening of a deeper call within your soul. Archangel Michael is still standing beside you, his presence fierce yet comforting, like thunder wrapped in light. He watches you with eyes that see beyond this lifetime, beyond the pain, beyond the temporary confusion. He says, this is not just deliverance, this is remembrance. You are remembering who you are. The air around you hums with electricity as your spirit begins to expand beyond the limits of your old identity. You can feel old timelines dissolving, karmic weights disintegrating, and the walls that once confined you beginning to collapse under the force of divine truth. Michael steps closer, and his voice, though silent to the human ear, echoes through your entire being. You were never meant to be ordinary, he says. That's why ordinary situations could never hold you. Every rejection was a redirection. Every delay was divine positioning. You were hidden not because you were forgotten, but because your light had to mature before it could shine this bright. The words vibrate through you like a celestial heartbeat, and for a moment you can feel the veil between heaven and earth thinning. You can sense the presence of angels aligning in ranks, forming a wall of light around your energy field. This is your protection, not because you are weak, but because you are chosen. God whispers through the light, every power that mocked your waiting will now witness your rising. Those who doubted you will not even recognize the version of you that emerges from this transformation. The shadows that tried to suppress your gifts are being burned away in this holy fire that now surrounds you. You may have thought you were walking through darkness alone, but Michael reveals that every step you took was guided, every fall you endured was softened by invisible wings that refused to let you shatter completely. He says, even your heartbreak was sacred. Every tear was a seed, and now the harvest begins. The ground beneath your spirit trembles as the energy of restoration flows like a river through your soul. You can almost hear the rustle of feathers in the unseen, the sound of angels rejoicing, because you have finally reached the moment that heaven prepared for you. The witch's influence, the energy of manipulation, jealousy, deceit, is now being traced back to its source. Michael raises his sword once again, but this time it's not for battle, it's for justice. Every lie told against you, he says, is returning to its sender. Every curse whispered against your name is dissolving into light. The atmosphere shifts again, and a rush of divine power floods your aura, restoring balance where there was chaos, peace where there was confusion. You might notice your breath deepening, your heartbeat syncing with something ancient and celestial. This is your frequency rising. The same frequency that heaven speaks in, the same energy that miracles travel on. God is syncing your spirit with divine timing so that nothing delayed will be denied any longer. You are aligning with purpose now, not by effort, but by destiny. The angels are rearranging situations, people, and opportunities around you even as you read this. The promises that felt lost are circling back with accelerated grace. Michael speaks again, his tone soft but absolute, the witch fed on your fear. So now, every time you choose faith, you starve her power. And you can feel it, her influence fading, her shadows dissolving into the light that now radiates from within you. Your energy no longer belongs to the past. You have stepped out of the realm of delay and entered the realm of divine acceleration. The things that took years will now unfold in days. The prayers that seemed unanswered are returning in abundance. The same God who watched your pain in silence is now roaring on your behalf. You can sense it, the vibration in the room changing, the stillness before divine movement. It's as if heaven itself is holding its breath, waiting for you to realize that you are no longer the same. The doubts, the fear, the energy of hesitation, they were never yours to carry. Michael says, release them now. The universe is ready to serve the version of you that believes again. The light surrounding you grows brighter, filling every dark corner of your memory, healing wounds you forgot you had, rewriting narratives that were spoken over you by those who never understood your calling. And now, the presence of Michael grows even closer, his wings wrapping around you in a warmth that feels eternal. The curse has ended, he declares. But the story continues. The silence that once haunted you has now become sacred space. You are being rewired for divine communication, you will hear clearer, see sharper, and feel stronger than ever before. The same intuition you once doubted will now become your greatest compass. Every step from here forward will be guided, guarded, and graced. He points to your heart and says, the light that was dimmed is now reignited. Protect it. Nurture it. Let it lead you. And as he speaks, you feel the presence of God filling every cell of your being, gentle, vast, unshakable. The veil is thinning more and more, the divine realm closer than it has ever been. You can sense ancestors, angels, and heavenly forces aligning for your restoration. The witch's name fades from memory, erased by the sound of your rebirth. Michael's eyes shine with celestial gold as he whispers one last thing, a truth that stirs the air around you like a living flame: you are not stepping into the light. You are becoming it. The heavens thunder softly in agreement. The divine current flows stronger now, rewriting the timeline of your life, turning every wound into wisdom, every battle into breakthrough, every delay into divine direction. And still, as the light deepens and the energy hums with divine resonance, the message continues to unfold. The message continues to unfold, like a scroll being unrolled in the heavens, revealing things that were written about you long before you ever took your first breath. Archangel Michael's presence deepens, and the air grows heavy with divine purpose. He moves closer, his wings stretching wide enough to blot out the shadows that once followed you. The sound of his armor hums with celestial electricity, and the ground beneath your soul feels alive. He says, "What you are feeling now is not imagination. It is remembrance. Your spirit is remembering the covenant you made with God before you entered this life, the promise to bring light into dark places, even when the darkness tried to consume you. You can feel his words vibrating through your chest, awakening something ancient and infinite inside you. Every cell of your being seems to respond to the call. You begin to sense the divine intelligence that orchestrated every detour, every heartbreak, every delay, not as punishment, but as preparation. The moments you thought were losses were really divine redirections, sacred pauses designed to bring you into alignment with your highest path." Michael's voice softens, but his tone carries the weight of heaven. "You had to walk through the fire," he says, "because the fire recognized your light. It tried to claim you, but it could not consume what was created by God's own flame. The light around you shimmers like liquid gold, and you realize that you are standing in the aftermath of battles you didn't even know you survived. Michael shows you flashes, moments when you almost gave up, when despair whispered louder than faith, when you thought no one heard your prayers. But every single one of those cries was caught in the hands of angels. Every tear became a weapon forged in heaven. You thought you were being broken," Michael says, "but you were being built. You thought you were losing, but you were being trained in silence." There's a sudden shift in the atmosphere, a wave of divine clarity that clears the fog from your mind. You begin to see how every person who left, every opportunity that collapsed, every delay that frustrated you, all of it was working together, preparing the way for something that could only arrive once you were truly ready. Michael raises his hand, and beams of light spiral outward, connecting to unseen points in the spirit. "These are the timelines of your restoration," he explains. "Every missed opportunity, every stolen blessing, every distorted destiny, all of it is being realigned now. Heaven is rearranging your past to serve your present. You can feel a magnetic pull inside your spirit, as if the entire universe has begun moving in sync with your heartbeat. The angels that once stood silently in the background are now circling you with purpose, clearing the remnants of pain, lifting the residue of old battles, washing away energetic imprints that were never meant to remain." Michael says, "You are being recoded with divine identity. The false beliefs are breaking away. The lies spoken over your life are losing power. You are stepping into the memory of your true essence. The witch, the deceiver, the manipulator, her energy is faint now, almost gone, dissolving like smoke under sunlight." Michael looks beyond her, into the spiritual landscape, and declares, "No curse can remain where truth has entered. No shadow can survive in the presence of pure light. You can sense it happening, an inner uncoiling, a freedom that stretches deep into the corners of your soul. Every part of you that was once afraid begins to breathe again. Every fragment of your power that was scattered is now returning, stronger and brighter than before. God whispers, you are not under attack anymore. You are in ascension. The difference is clear. What once hurt you will now heal you. What once delayed you will now deliver you. Michael moves behind you, placing his hand upon your back. A current of divine energy rushes through you, filling you with unshakable confidence, sacred courage, and the remembrance of your divine authority. You were never meant to beg for miracles, he says, you were meant to command them. Your eyes close, but the vision inside your spirit expands. You see yourself walking through a field of light, every step creating ripples that awaken dormant blessings. You feel the rhythm of heaven pulsing under your feet. Michael walks beside you, his sword lowered now, glowing faintly as if resting after a long war. This peace, he says, is not the absence of battle, it is the victory after it. The ground around you begins to bloom, and you realize that where you once buried pain, God is now planting purpose. You hear God's voice again, resonant and clear, like thunder wrapped in love. You are not behind. You are right on time. The seasons that felt wasted were the soil of your becoming. Every word feels like sunlight breaking through the cracks of your heart, healing you in places you didn't even know were wounded. The divine energy around you intensifies, and you realize that this message, this moment, is more than comfort. It is an activation. Something eternal within you has been switched back on. Michael's wings shimmer brighter, every feather reflecting a different hue of holy fire. He says, you are being seen. You are being known. The universe recognizes your light again. You feel yourself lifting, not physically, but spiritually, as if your entire being is rising into a new frequency, a dimension of clarity and purpose you've never felt before. You have graduated from survival, he continues. You are entering dominion. And the air around you sings with unseen voices, angels harmonizing, the sound of destiny unfolding. The witch's shadow is gone now, replaced by radiance that can't be contained. Everything stolen is returning. Everything broken is being rebuilt in beauty. The silence that once echoed with loneliness now vibrates with divine instruction. You're hearing whispers of your next steps, subtle, gentle, undeniable. Michael turns to you once more, his gaze steady, eternal, filled with a love that feels older than time itself. You are not waiting for heaven, he says. Heaven is waiting for you. The words echo deep, settling into your soul like a seed planted in eternal soil. The energy around you glows brighter still, and you sense that something even greater is forming, a revelation still unfolding, a message that has only just begun to speak.